Hey there, this is Melissa Levin, and I want to show you super quickly how when you're on the meeting and you're looking for the visitors that are at the meeting, what it is that we do. So we've put together a fake M&O meeting that you can see right here on the right. These are our participants. We have Emo, Melissa, Rebecca, Audrey, Bex, and Lori Palmer. So let's say you're in the middle of the meeting and you're calling out your visitors. What you're going to want to have handy is you're going to want to have your M&O app up, and you're going to want to go to the menu bar, go down to meeting items, and click on visitors. Also, if you are an MC, everything you need to run an MC is in the menu bar. And if you go down to leadership, under master conductor, visitors is also there. So anything you need for the meeting for the MC is there. Okay, so here we are, we're at the meeting, and we're going to introduce our visitors, and we're going to give them an opportunity to give their promo. Excuse me. So we need to know who to call on. So we have this open on the left, the visitors. And what you're going to want, excuse me, is to click on more and go to participants. This may already show on the bottom, but you will see all of the participants show up here. So our lovely EP associate, or our EP if the EP associate is not there, will name all of the members as host or co-host. They will be one of the two. Everybody left without that is a visitor. Sometimes we have members who call in on their phone because they have some type of internet issues or something's happening. So in that case, we can't make them co-hosts. So that's just a one-off. Okay, so now you're in the middle of a meeting and it's time to call in the visitors. So as you can see, the host and co-host are going to stay up top. Those are the visitors. So keep in mind, let's say Emo speaks out of turn. His name is going to move straight up to the top because whoever's speaking is going to move up. But let's say that all is good, no one's talking. We're going to say, okay, Audrey Grant. So you want to go over here, and Audrey's first, but if you can't see her because the list is so big, up here in the search, you can start typing in Audrey. We don't know if Audrey Grant is Audrey, probably so. So what you're going to want to say is, hey, can you let me know if you're Audrey Grant or Audrey? And let's say that Audrey doesn't show up at all. There's no Audrey Grant on their participant list. On the visitor list. Let's say she put herself in as Dre Grant. And so the two don't really make sense together. So what you're going to say is, hey, Audrey, I don't see you on the visitor list. That is totally cool. We just love to know how you heard about us. And if you were invited by someone, we would love to know who invited you. Sometimes you may have a different name on Facebook because a lot of times we find our people from Facebook. But do you have a different Facebook name, or how did you hear about us? So you're going to ask that. Okay, so we've gone through Audrey. Now, while Audrey is speaking and giving her visitor promo, you're going to start looking for Bex. So if I type in Bex, there's no Bex. So I've got to just kind of think outside of the box. Here I see Becky Decker. They're in twice, same person it looks like. So I'm going to assume that is Bex because it's the closest to it. So again, I just kind of start typing things in. It's not Burke because BE is typed in. It's probably Becky. So when I get to Bex, I'm going to say, hey, Bex, I have a Becky Decker registered. Is that you? Cool. All right. And by the way, you will not be marking if they're there or not. That is what the EP associate will do. But this is just for you to be able to look if they are there or not. All right. Then while Bex is talking, we have Emo. All right. Emo. This is the only one Emo in there. So great. Emo, you were. And then, by the way, you would say you're invited by the executive producer, whoever they're invited by. It's listed right here. So you see Emo. And then we have Rebecca Porter. So I'm looking for her. I don't see her. Porter, don't see her either. I don't see her registered. So at that point, what I would say is, you know what, Rebecca, I don't see you registered. Do you have a different Facebook name, or how did you hear about us? And they might say, oh, well, Emo invited me to the meeting. He's my friend, and he just asked me to come to the meeting. Awesome. Okay, great. Well, just make sure to put all your contact information in the chat, and then our EP associate is going to put them into the visitor section there. So that is how you do it. You definitely want to use this section here, the search button. Also, I'm going to make this bigger. Keep in mind, sometimes a visitor may be registered for, they may have been registered like a month ago, and then they never came, and then the follow-up has been happening from the back end, and then they just decided to show up. So let's say JE. You can go back here, and you can go back to search for 2 months. I'm in April now until today's date, and I can look. to see, okay, it was Jeremy Haas. Jeremy Haas, yes, he did show up once before, and he was brought by Lori Palmer. So, all right, Jeremy, awesome. I don't have you registered for today. Not an issue, but I see you came and visited us on the 31st, so welcome back. And so you will get used to this. Sometimes I like to just keep this date past, because if I go here and I look for Becky Decker again, here she is. Becky Decker is going to show up, you know, two of them on this day. And, you know, then we can see if she came in the past. Like this person was registered on the 19th and the 26th. They just never showed up to the meeting. But if there was a yes next to Becky here, and this date was different, let's pretend it was, then you could know by this that they had been to this meeting before. So I hope this is helpful. You will get used to this, but long story short, while the visitor is talking, look for the next visitor and be prepared for them. And if you don't find them, again, don't put the whole name in, because maybe they spelled it wrong. Maybe we spelled it different. Just put in the first few letters, EM for emo. Let's see who comes up. You know, okay, I'm going to put in a little bit more because too many people show up. Oh, great, here's emo Latin. So again, as you proceed through this, it's going to become easier and easier and easier. But please reach out to either Emo or myself. Again, this is Melissa, because you don't see a picture of me here. Reach out to us. Also, Lori Palmer is very good at this section of the visitors. We can help you figure out a good way to do this so that you can figure out what works best for you.